Hey guys, it's Archon. As many of you guys know, E3 has been going on this week, the gaming convention, and as such, Blizzard has been releasing some new information about the console version of Diablo 3. So I just wanted to share with you everything I've found on the interwebs and give you a little bit of my opinion, and of course there'll be some links in the description so you guys can check out the information I found as well. So we just got some new gameplay footage showing off multiplayer on the console. This is the first high quality footage we've gotten, I think, of the 4-player mode on console. Personally, I think it looks really cool. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are kind of upset about the console version because it has some features that won't be available on the PC version, and because people kind of feel like maybe they've given too much attention to the console version and it's taken away from the PC. I don't really feel like that's the case, but either way, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play on the console. It looks like the controls are going to be really solid, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see, or hear from the people who have tried it out at E3 and the future conventions. Some of the abilities, or some of the changes that looks like they've been making in the console version versus the PC are lock-on targeting. You'll notice that each player has a circle around them with a color appropriate to their player number, and then they have an arrow of the same color that will go over whatever enemy they're targeting at that moment. So it looks like this is how they've kind of handled the lack of a mouse cursor, is that just it looks like in the direction you're facing or aiming your spells, it'll pick the closest enemy and auto lock your spells onto that enemy. I can't confirm this is just from watching the video, but it looks like that's probably how it's going to work, and it seems like a good system. I mean, it is hard to replace the cursor, but it looks like that might work well and might even make spells like Blizzard or Firebomb that you have to aim in a certain area work out all right. Of course, there's going to be some limitations that aren't on the PC version, but there's also a little bit more controllability, a little bit more immersiveness with your character because you have direct control over it with the joystick, and I'm really excited to see how that feels. The only real experience I've had with that, other than the original Diablo, was with the recent game Dungeon Land. It had controller support, and I have to say, I thought the controller felt better than mouse and keyboard. And I've been playing mouse and keyboard almost entirely since I started gaming, and the controller still felt pretty good there. So I think I have pretty high hopes for the PS3 and Xbox 360 version of Diablo. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll be cool to just sit on the couch with some friends and play it. One of the other changes it looks like they've made is they added an evade mechanic, so you can quickly just jump out of the way. It's not a skill on your action bar, just every character is able to evade incoming attacks or jump out of the way. I guess that just makes up for some of the lack of control from having a cursor. I'm not sure exactly, but it looks like that might be fun as well. I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on that. And then also the camera. The camera's a little bit closer. They wanted to have it more of a console feel, and especially like the Belial fight is just crazy. Completely new camera setup. I'm wondering if there's going to be more fights like that, where they completely change the boss fights. They did say they've worked on a lot of the boss fights to make them feel more suited to the console, but overall the camera is just slightly adjusted throughout the whole game to give it that console feel. And of course the UI is completely different. As we all know, PC UIs don't work on console and vice versa, so I think it's really good that they changed it up. All of the health bars and selections through the menu look very much more console feel and won't require a cursor, which of course is required when they're trying to make it feel like it was made for the console, which is what they said they're going to be doing. The one thing I haven't seen footage of yet that I'm really interested about is how picking up loot will work. How will you go through items on the ground, decide what to pick up, what not to pick up? If there's a bunch of items, how do you choose which ones you're selecting? How do you compare one item to another? They did say that they'll have new comparison tools, or comparison tools that are good for the console, so that's good. But still haven't seen anything about loot pickup, so it'll be exciting to see more information on that. And I'm sure September 3rd, when it comes out, I'll be playing it on stream at least a little bit, just because I got to try it out. I think I'll still stay PC primarily, of course, but it'll be fun to try out the console version. There was also an interview posted with Josh Mascara and John Haidt on the E3 live stream, which I'll link below. It's an hour and 45 minutes into the video where they just discuss the console version and the differences between PC and console and just really give their take on the console version. So if you want to check that out, it's about 5 minutes long. I thought it was pretty interesting. So again, that's linked below. Some of the community managers from Blizzard also responded to some questions from the community. One of the questions was, will they have BattleNet on the console? And they say, no, you will not be on BattleNet when you're playing the PS3 version or the Xbox version. You will be on the console's network. So you'll be on the PlayStation network or the Xbox network instead of BattleNet. They asked if there will be information stored on the console when you're playing offline mode, and they said that the characters can be loaded on a USB drive. So if you're playing on your console, you could download your character right onto a USB and then take it over to your friend's house, plug it in, and play over there. At least that's what I understood from the answer here, but there's a link to that Q&A on the description as well. And then the last question that they answered on the blue posts was, will you have the same builds on PC as you will on the console? And of course, yes, you will. It'll be the same build. They did mention it's going to feel a little bit different because the controls are different on the console, but all the spells, runes, all that stuff is going to be exact same. For the most part, it seems like the content of the game is unchanged from PC to console. They're just making some technical changes with the controls and a few bonus features. Right below that QA on Diablo fans, which again is linked below, there's some screenshots of the console version as well as screenshots of the E3 convention. So you guys can look through those if you want to. Some of them looked pretty interesting. As many of you guys might have seen, they're going to have console pre-order bonuses and exclusives. So if you order the game for console, you'll get, it looks like, a good amount of bonus items just for free. Now there are some PlayStation 3 only items, but there's no Xbox only items, so it looks like they might have some kind of deal with PlayStation. However, there are items that you get whether it's Xbox or PS3, the Infernal Helm, which we heard about a while ago, Angelic Wings, I think they're the same Tyrael wings from the Collector's Edition, and then two types of dye, a cloud dye and a smoke dye. I think these are new dyes being added to the game. Not sure if they'll be in the PC version. And then PS3 only, they have some items. It looks like they're doing some kind of cross marketing with other PS3 games. From the game Journey, there's going to be a shoulder item that gives you a Journey style scarf. I didn't play Journey. And then also from Uncharted, which I also didn't play, Drake's Amulet will be in the game. So you'll get some cool items from other PlayStation games. If you're a big PlayStation fan, you can see those items in Diablo. Might be kind of cool. And they also had Leoric's Gauntlets, Crimson Angelic Wings, and Leah's Ring. Again, those are only for PlayStation, not for Xbox. But you guys can check out the link in the description to the Diablo fans page where they cover all those things if you want. And the last thing I wanted to share with you, I know this is a lot, but there was a lot announced at E3, is they're having a giveaway. Blizzard is hosting a giveaway both at the E3 convention, but also on Twitter and Facebook. So if you're following Diablo on Twitter and Facebook, you could win a console skin. A skin to go over your PlayStation, I believe, that will have the Diablo 3 logo. It doesn't look like it's going to be for Xbox, but if you have a PS3, you like a cool skin for it, it looks like it's a really easy competition to enter, but you have to do it today, which is Thursday. So if you're watching this video after Thursday, I apologize. It looks like it's probably already over. But they said they'll be making a post on Twitter and Facebook, and if you retweet it or share it, then you have a chance to win. They're going to pick 50 winners from Twitter and Facebook. They'll get the skin. So, yeah, obviously just something to help them promote the game, but you could also benefit from it from winning. So if you want to get that skin, I suggest following them on Twitter and Facebook. And again, that link's also in the description. So a lot of information about the console version of Diablo 3. I think that's pretty cool. I know I'm probably going to get some dislikes on this video just because people are upset about the idea of a console version, but so be it. I think it's pretty cool. I really don't think it's hindering the process of the PC version, the progress rather of the PC version. But give me your opinion. Leave it in the comments below. And if you are going to rate the video, I appreciate if you rate it based on the quality of the video and not how you feel about the console version. But I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you did, and I'll have another video for you soon.